Hello, I'm Eileen Roche, and welcome to Dime Today. Looks like we might have a technical difficulty. I think I might be frozen, but today's episode on Between Friends is all about lettering, and I want to share with you what I use all the time for my lettering. So let's see if we can get that camera to engage again. Otherwise, I'll just stay frozen in the corner, and maybe you can let me know that you're able to see the screen. I see many of you are signing in, and I specifically like my friend Belinda Brine down in Summerfield, Florida, who says that she's watching poolside from Summerfield in Florida. It's good for you. We all kind of groaned, wished that we were there also. Yeah, so let's see. And Marjorie Hershberger, nice to have you here. Your husband got you patchwork for your birthday. Hey, happy birthday, first off, and isn't he a sweetie? That's a really great gift. You know, that's a gift you could use every single day. So he's a keeper, but I'm sure you already knew that, right? So we're just going to bow out for 1 minute while we try to get the screen working again. So if we could just run that, that screen on PowerPoint, and I'm going to shut down, and Gloria, you stay here so that we don't lose the actual broadcast, okay? See. Hey, okay, so I'm back, and hopefully that did the trick. Maybe if you could just mute it in your office, Gloria. There we go. Okay, awesome. So thanks everybody for your patience. We're ready to get started now. You know, so what do I use for my lettering? I have one source, just one source that I use, and that's my Word Art and Stitches. And hey, here's my good friend Sue Brown over at OML Embroidery, and she says, "Yay, there you are." So yeah, I'll second that. Yeah, glad I'm here too. We do a lot of prep for these, and when we're having some trouble, it could be a little frustrating. So let's see. Hi, Reen. Thanks for joining me, Reen. It's always great to have you here. And she knows, just like you and I know, that lettering is fun for sure. And you know, you want lettering of all different types. Sometimes you want it to be very professional. Other times, kind of whimsical, or always beautiful, but also maybe a little comical. So before we get started, let's go ahead and just bring you up to date on what's happening with that mega giveaway. Today's prize winner actually wins Word Art and Stitches. So this is week 4 of the 6-week giveaway. It comes with a 30-minute lesson from one of our top educators. So that's a private Zoom class that you will schedule with that educator, and you'll get to learn all about how to use the software once you win it. So super easy, right? Okay. Next up, how do you get to win? Well, you can still enter to win. You just go to our website, click on that banner that you see there, and then it'll take you to this page where you'll fill out this form. Remember, you can enter every single day. So it will increase your chances if you enter every day, right? And we have a different prize every Thursday. So it's really fun. So let's see, Linda Delahanty, you say you would like to have the software. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. And Dawn, you say that you use lettering the most out of anything. I agree. Almost every embroidery design, well, not every, but maybe 80% of the embroidery I do has some kind of text in there for sure. Oh, there's my friend Carrie Cunningham. I met her down at Houston. Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us. And let's see. Oh, out in Palm Desert, California. Hey, Kathy Taylor. Nice to have you here. So let's see. What is next on the, oh, well, I guess you want to know what today's special is, and that's no surprise, right? Of course, it is Word Art and Stitches. So that's our special for the week, and it comes also with bonus tutorials and that private lesson that you can take with one of our top educators so that you really master it for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the main features that Word Art and Stitches has. And we'll start with professional monograms. So if we could just jump over into the software, there we go. Now this is an elegant 2-letter monogram with a little bit of an enhancement. That kind of traditional wheat, a sheath of wheat looks so lovely. Can you guess whose monogram this is? Maybe in the comments? You'll tell me who you think that is. Think of MS. Now, who would that be in America, in today's society? Someone who kind of maybe those colors speak out to you as to who that could be. And well, I'll just tell you till you can catch up with this game. But this is what if I was going to Martha Stewart's house and going to give her a gift, I would monogram it with a monogram that looked very similar to that. Okay, how about this monogram? Who do you think that is? EH with a hook. I don't see any of you piping in about this. Martha Stewart. All right, Kelly, you got it for sure. And EH is Ernest Hemingway. Truly, he was an author, but he was also an avid fisherman. So I thought that was a lot of fun. Now, how about this? This is a 3-letter monogram. And the last initial is B, and J are the first initials of the couple. So now you should know this. We should all know this. They are one of the most famous companies, one of the most famous families in America today. And that is, yes, Anna Sidwell. She got it. Jill and Joe Biden, for sure. Doesn't matter if you're a fan, it's just a monogram. So we're not making political statements here. But I'd like you to take a look at that monogram, the one on the left. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at that. The J's are of the same size and they're stacked on the left. So we really don't know here if it's Jill or Joe, right? At the top and bottom. Those 3 dots that are repeated twice between the first initials and the second, the last initial, is just a kind of a very elegant embellishment. And it's an opportunity to add some color to a monogram. So with a simple monogram like this, you can easily turn into a 3-color monogram. And how do you do that in Word Art? Well, we have a wizard. So we click on that wizard, open the template, and this is the 1-letter monogram, which, we most certainly can explore because these are just lovely also. But I'm going to go over to the 3-letter monogram and seek out the template that I use to make the Biden's monogram. And, it really doesn't look pretty. It doesn't look, what I had in mind, right? So we're going to put the J here and the J again and the B. And then we will say apply. And, if you make a mistake, no big deal. Like, what if I had put the B here and the J there? Everything would be in the wrong position. So easy to fix, super easy to fix. We'll just go back, correct those letters, and click apply. And if you're happy with that, I can change the size up here, but I think that's beautiful. So this is where I got a little creative and changed my colors, right? I took these 2 letters and I made them red. And well, you have to actually select them and then right-click on that color chip to make them red. And why won't that do that? It won't do it because I'm live, and you all know how I kind of struggle sometimes in software when I'm live, and this is really the comedy hour. There we go. Okay, now we'll take these little embellishments and we'll make them gold. And of course, the President of the United States would most certainly be in blue and red. So isn't that fun? Okay, so I see we have some questions. We have Carolyn Morrow. How do you get to the screen that has the toolbar with the puffy? I have the WAS and ETS, and I don't have that toolbar. Well, I think we're going to have somebody in the chat that's going to help you out. I promise somebody's going to help you out. Okay, let's go over to this other one. Look how elegant that is. I mean, oh, I just love this. The beautiful scroll work behind the monogram is very, very elegant. And again, you can change those colors if you'd like. Make it whatever colors that you want. And Kelly, he's having a blast laughing at me. He goes, the dime blooper reel, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, that is my mission, is to just have enough footage in that blooper reel that we could, at the end of the year, make something that's hysterical, because goodness knows I've done enough of that. Okay, like last week, if you watched, I wasn't able to hoop a onesie. Truly embarrassing. All right, let's see. What is next? Oh, so here's a lovely traditional monogram. This is a great big circle applique monogram. And that is very easy to find. So we would just click on the monogram icon here and then click into the workspace. And then if I click onto the image of the font, I get a window that tells me what characters are available for that font itself. And then if I click on it, here are all of those monogram fonts that are in WordArt and Stitches. There's many more fonts, but these are the monogram fonts designed specifically to use in 2- and 3-letter monograms. So the circle applique is right here. And if I hover over that icon, it says Circle Monogram Applique. It spells it out for you. I'm hoping you're seeing that. Yeah, you're not really seeing that. Okay. So we'll just go on. And I think that's because my whole screen is not presented into the software. So okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete. Well, no, we'll keep that in there so I can show you how I added the fabric. Up in the fabric tab in the properties box, I just click on that, and then it currently says none, but I can click on the ellipse and then find some fabrics. And I happen to have our poly patch twill loaded in there. And when I click OK, now it fills that applique with the fabric. Okay, so I love that. That's really fun. And why don't we go take a look at the overhead cam and see some of those, beautiful monograms that we've stitched out. Let's see. Well, first let's answer to Tanya. So she says, if all of the elements are the same color, will it automatically cut the thread after each letter and symbol? Or is it possible to make it connected to avoid excessive trimming? Well, the software makes kind of a smart applique monogram. So it will stitch color 1 placement guide of A, color 2, which is the tack down, and color 3 will stitch the satin outline and the placement guide of the next letter. So it really does, escalate the process. I know. Overhead. Let's go ahead to the overhead cam. She's not pulling me in.
It's not in.
Oh, okay. All right, I understand that we lost our. How to bring that back in so you can see the overhead. All right, there we go. Here's our overhead cam. This is the Magnolia font. Is this just gorgeous? So this is a beautiful vine, swirly vine behind a gorgeous satin letter with some lovely little swags. And then French knots, what I call French knots, in the center of each of those wide columns. Just beautiful. Now, kind of a more traditional, great for, kitchen towels or something more casual, is a 3-letter monogram with a frame. Here we also have 2 initials that are tiny, and they have those beautiful French knots with the candle wicking, 3 dots, and that beautiful monogram. And then here we have a frame that is mirror image of itself, flanking, top and bottom of that 3-letter monogram. And of course, 3-letter monograms, we always wonder if the woman's initial goes on the left side or the right side. And really today it's a personal choice. And historically, a man's initials were never separated, and he would be on the left with the surname initial larger in the center, and then the spouse's first initial on the right. Of course, we all know that that turned into the woman being on the right because she's always right. All right. Ha, ha, ha. Okay. Whimsical. And here we have a beautiful, beautiful monogram. All these swirly, swirly lines, these little dots, and this kind of little wave accents on that monogram, on that satin column. Oh, I love that. That's absolutely one of my favorites for sure. Yeah, so we had some technical difficulties for that, and I appreciate you bearing with me while we kind of move through this. Sorry, but we're back now and everything's going just fine. So that is kind of where I left off from the professional, and now it's time to move on to more of the whimsical look. So well, no, it isn't actually. I want to show you some fun text in here. So here is a monogram, and this was created in the wizard. So let's go ahead into the wizard and open the wizard, and then I think it's down here in name. Is it down? Yes, it is. So we have options, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 letters, and then name. We get a little bit more creative. So I'm going to select this monogram, and I'll keep the name the same. The letter H is the last initial, and then the couple's first names on top, and then Hernandez on the bottom, their last name. And we'll say, okay. And in it comes. And just because I've kind of worked on some of this already, I'm going to get rid of that, just so you understand that I had designed this so that this would be on a table runner. And I would have the monogram at each end of the table runner to decorate the table. And, you would probably have a centerpiece in the center, right? So that's how you would orient the monogram on a table runner. But what if you want to have matching monogram napkins? Well, that's a really big design on a monogram napkin. And if you want to have it at the corner where you fold the napkin and then you stitch the monogram by the left corner, this is a way that you can do that. So let me show you. I will take this one and I'll bring it up next to the other one so that you can get a good look and see how this is done. So first thing you should realize is Michelle and Jeffrey is 1/2 of the arc. It's its own arc, and Hernandez is its own arc. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of Hernandez. And this doesn't really work out because my H is upside down. So I'm going to select this whole thing and rotate it so that the H is upright. And then with the text tool selected, I'll now click on that arch and I can rotate that lettering around the H so that I have a nice straight line on the left-hand side, which is where the fold or the edge of the napkin is going to be. And that's what that pink circle does. It allows me to rotate that whole arch. I just love that. It's one of my favorite features with arc lettering is that you're able to swing that lettering around wherever you want it. Okay, and we're not going to need that little dot, and that's probably grouped, so we'll ungroup that, and then I'll just take that dot out, and now I have my embellishment for the napkin corner, which matches the table runner. I mean, what an elegant gift that would be to give someone, right? So super fun. Okay, let's see what kind of questions we have over here. Okay. Oh, Kelly, he says he totally agrees because women are always right. He's married. I'm sure of that. Okay, so let's move on to now this is like a moniker, not a monogram, but a moniker. Kind of maybe a logo, maybe not, but here we have McGraw Music Studio. And that little cowboy boot, that's in the software. In fact, there are hundreds of tiny charm designs, that's what we like to call them, that are loaded into the software. And look at that McGraw stitched out in like a rope lettering, super fun. So let's go over to our text designs, and I'll scroll through this so you can see just how many are in here. And like I said, they're all small and they are just excellent accents to a monogram. And there's our cowboy boot. I could have used a spur. I could have used a kerchief, something like that. Okay. Same thought, music studio, but it's not country music. It's downtown music, right? It's midtown. So we have a font that kind of speaks to that electric vibe, and it's actually called Electric. It's all caps, but I most certainly can write out Music Town. And that lightning bolt was in our text designs. And you have the freedom to resize it. I had enlarged it, and I just thought, well, it would maybe be a little bit better if it was a little longer, and crossing the word mid and so forth. So but you can play with that. I have it in the background. I could change that order and bring it to the front. I just right click on the item and then select order and to front. So it's just another way to look at it. Just another way to look at it. Yep. Okay. Oh, Joanne Banco says I've become a true Texan. Not really. Still have sand in my shoes. Okay. How about this? For a crab house, speaking about sand in your shoes, one of my favorite things to do is eat crabs, like on the Chesapeake, and that little crab, he is in the design library. It's just a cute little accent, and this swirl is also, or it's like a swoosh, right? Not quite the Nike swoosh, but it's a nice accent under lettering, especially under script lettering. And that can also be found in, I wonder if I can find it again. Yeah, let's see. It's in geometric. So here we have just some simple shapes, the, triangle, circle, square. Here's some of a swirl and a straight line. And here's those 3 dots. These are the type of elements that you can add to a monogram and build a monogram, and you'll use them over and over. And they're small. They're really small. So super fun. Okay. And talk about whimsical. Talking about sand in my shoes. Here you go. Here's maybe you don't always want to have a name. Maybe you just have a favorite address on an island. Well, why can't you make a monogram of that and add a little flamingo if it's in a tropical area? Super fun. Super fun. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Well, Best Mom is Mother's Day right around the corner. So those of you who have a mom that is still here, you're still blessed to have your mom, get stitching. Make her a kitchen towel that says Best Mom Ever. This monogram, this font over here is Wingtips. Oh my, we love that. And that comes in upper and lower case and with numbers also. And then the one next to it is Fitzgerald. This is truly a beautiful, beautiful font. Very, very elegant. So we'll click on that. That's Fitzgerald. Again, upper and lower case with letters and punctuation. But I have to say that probably one of my favorite fonts in all of Word Art and Stitches is the Taj Mahal. And that is this beautiful, whimsical, Oh, just delicate, very feminine lettering. It comes in all caps. The letters are quite large. They're just under 3 inches each. You can resize a bit, and you could probably pull apart all these elements and add like the little crosses or the vine or the dots to embellish that even further. So yeah, I love that font too. Yeah, they are really beautiful. Dawn, you love them, and Kelly, you like that Taj Mahal. It is beautiful. So we have that stitched out. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And well, before we get to it, here is a little holly leaf. Look how sweet that is. Isn't that so sweet on a monogram? So this is an interesting way to do 3 letters. You know, why not? It's a holiday embellishment. Here is that circle monogram, the applique stitched out, and I did do it in 3 different colors because, you know, I'd like that little micro print, so it's really bright and cheery. And someday we'll get this finished into a pillow, and I'll have fabric, you know, like a ruffled fabric that incorporates all those colors, and that'll be just lovely. But here's Best Mom Ever, and I swear my kids are going to stitch this for me one of these days. Of course, they've never learned how to stitch, but that's okay. My one daughter is actually a doctor, so she's forgiven. She doesn't have to learn how to stitch. I understand we're having some technical difficulties, so if you just bear with me, thank you. Having all kinds of help in here. It's awesome. So, but isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's just so delicate. You know, and that's in bright, cheery, feminine colors. But, you know, what if it's fall? You can do the same kind of letters in a whole different color scheme, and it gives a completely different vibe, right? Completely different vibe. All right. Let's go back over and take a look at some other fun, oh boy, let's see. There's some fun fonts in here also, and other, oh, the subway tiles, right? We got to show the subway tiles. So let's go find them. Here we have Grandfather, which I have stitched out. Now, you probably want to know, well, where do you find them? So they are in Text Designs, and this is where all those charms are. There's also 3 different fonts in here that are, we're calling them fonts, but they're really embroidery designs, meaning, well, I'll show you what I mean. How about if I open up no, we'll just go here, and we'll take the letter T, and I'll move it off to the side so that you can get a better look at it without anything else. And I'm going to ungroup that. So to ungroup, we always click on the item, right click, and from the drop-down menu, select ungroup. Now, everything is, you know, of its own. It's loose. And I can now move, and I got some of that red, so that's not great. But here, we'll put that back. And I'll just be a little bit better in my selection of the blue. And I'll just grab that. You just want to make sure you're grabbing all of the blue. There we go. And yeah. And then we'll move that off. Oh, and I didn't get the black. See? Nobody's perfect. So then we can just go ahead, and now it's all selected. And now I have a crayon. It's not a T anymore, right? So it's really an embroidery design. You could do whatever you want with it. Or you could keep it together and it would remain the letter T. So lots of fun in those fonts. But we were in there because we were looking for the subway tiles, and they're right here. And there are 2 for baby, a small one that's just 4x4, a small block would be just great as a label on a, let's go ahead and move that off so it's not sitting over top of Grandpa. Would make a great quilt label for a baby blanket, right? And, you know, it's just 4x4 inches. So, you know, don't read the top of my screen because I have that other subway tile there, but we can select it. And in the properties box, we can find out exactly what size it is. So it's just 3.9 inches, very small. And doesn't that just stitch out? It'll stitch out so beautifully. So it's grouped when it comes in, and we want to ungroup that. And then we're going to click on Maggie, and we're going to change that to Emma Grace. and we'll click apply. And Emma Grace is going to be really big, right? So we'll just resize it. Literally just scooch it together. It's going to look a little different. If you don't like that, well, then we'll skip that middle name, right? Let's just skip the middle name and do Emma, and then we'll make Emma a little wider. And that's how we get that to fit. And of course, she wasn't born on 10/16. She was born on the 8th. Hang on. What am I doing here? Okay, so she was born on 08 in 22 and in the month of April. And of course, we don't have to have that 0 at the 8, right? But, you know, it does fill out that space rather well. So we'll go ahead and keep the zeros there. There we go. And, you know, I would change the pounds and ounces and maybe even some of those other words, but super fun, super, super fun. All right, let's see. But let's go ahead and get rid of poor Emma. And we'll take a look at, no, we don't want that. Now, there we go. Now we want to look at the subway tile for Grandpa. And, you know, you can change these words. You know, maybe he's a hunter. So let's, instead of vacations, maybe he just hunts. That's what he does. He goes hunting. And let's make them caps because that's what vacation is in. And, you know, words with descenders like a lowercase g and even an ascender with like a lowercase t, they can be difficult when to fill spaces in a subway tile. So like as you see the word strength above, so that G is really biting into some space between strength and hunting. It might benefit from making it all caps. So if you're frustrated with how your lettering is fitting in, sometimes it's better just to go to all caps, and specifically also for arcing letters. You'll get cleaner, crisper arcs if everything is all caps. Yep. So super fun. So yeah, let's go look at Grandpa. We got that stitched out. Super fun. Isn't he nice? And you know, you get to pick the colors of your choice. And I changed some of this to, no, maybe I didn't, but whatever. Anyway, super fun, right? Okay, there's a lot of conversations going on here that I'm not, yeah, so let's see. Kelly says you could use it to make a wedding anniversary. You sure could, because we do have a template for a newlywed, so you could just change some of that wording to make sure that it fits an anniversary. Okay, but we talked about, you know, not only can embroidery be professional and beautiful and whimsical, it can also be kind of comical, right? So, and you know, don't take offense at you Star Wars fans, but today is the 4th, and so let's have the May the 4th be with you, right? And believe it or not, we have that fun font in our software called Data. And it just kind of gives you that sci-fi look, right? It's the perfect font to use for today. And you can have so much fun with that. Now, there's another option on how you could present that message. And how about this with that perspective? Notice the spaceship over here on the left. And that I got in our text designs. That's where, no, actually I didn't. I'm making that up. So let me show you how I did that. I'm going to put a new file in, and I'm going to go back to the text designs, to the fonts and space. And in space, the letter K has that pretty cool spaceship. So I'm going to ungroup that, and I'm going to get rid of that letter K because we don't need that. And there we have our spaceship. And I just copy and paste that into my Star Wars. So maybe you're wondering how I got that perspective. So let me show you that. How we get the font to look like it's disappearing at a vanishing point, right? So I have typed here the word shadow, and I'm going to, with the text tool selected, I'm going to right click, and then select warp. And I'll do perspective upper. And on this one, I'll do warp and perspective lower. How fun is that? Did you even know these kind of features were in WordArt? Boy, the more you play, the more fun you can have in software. And oh, Sharon Author, today's your birthday. Happy birthday. Maybe you're the winner. Maybe you're the winner. We'll see. Okay. All right, let's see. It's so much fun. This software is so much fun. But, you know, some days, especially when I'm demoing software and on Facebook Live, I have, oh, where is that? Okay, don't bring me up yet. I got to find this design. Talk about, where is it? Okay. All right, so this is what I worked on this morning. Dear stress, let's break up. I've had it. I don't want any more stress, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So much fun. Well, you know, there's actually more in WordArt and Stitches, and I have some beautiful samples to show you on the overhead cam. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. One of my favorite things to do, I told you, is that Taj Mahal. So there it is in love, but then I have combined it with another font, and that is so much fun to have two different fonts on a canvas. It just adds some more interest. Super fun. Another great example of that is here with this puffy foam. So I have two types of puffy foam showing here. One is Chaos, and the Chaos is down here. And the other one up top is our Varsity. I think that's Varsity. And then Me, About My, is micro fonts. And of course, there's micro fonts in this software. How could you have a lettering program without micro fonts? So the other, oh, here, look how fun that Chaos is in Boo. Right? Super fun. Okay, so here are the fonts of Puffy that we have. Tiffany is gorgeous. Does this remind you of Barnum and Bailey? Isn't that just elegant? And, you know, it's puffy. I mean, it really has some dimension. I think you can see that if I turn it on its side. Anyway, believe me, it has dimension. Okay, and then we have three others that have offset shadows on the puffy. You don't often see that, right? So this shadow here is surrounding. This is really an outline, as where this in the Kaufman and the kids is a shadow. It's offset a little bit, just gives you a different look, right? And then, you know, because puffy is very popular in the fraternities and sororities, we have 3 Greek alphabets in the puffy. So super fun. You can always find that. And there's that tiny little lettering again, that micro lettering. But, you know, we also love specific kinds of thread, and color play. Variegated thread is one of our favorites. So here we have 2 fonts digitized specifically for variegated thread, and we love our Exquisite Medley. That's the brand, of course, that we sell, we always use. So Waffle gives you a really fun, complex fill of the way it's digitized is it does not give you a striped effect, because the needle will jump around intentionally so that you get a beautiful spray of color that's not in a specific repeated path. And then we have a script that has multiple lines of text. I think there's 1, 2, 3, there's about 10 passes that the needle will do up and down to build this letter, allowing the variegated thread, different colors, to display on that column. It's not a satin column, it's just repeated run stitches. So it's light and it's delicate. Like, let me show you how light it can be. This is another font that we have for monogramming, and it just gives you a little buildup in certain areas of the font so that you can show off that variegated thread and yet still have a very elegant outline. Beautiful letter, beautiful letter. We love that. Okay, we made it. But we're not done yet. I mean, there's so much to learn in Word Art and Stitches. And I hope that you'll take advantage of this special price because it comes with that private lesson. It comes with tutorials on how to use the software. And, you know, it's got a special price, which is $549.99. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And let's not forget that all Dime software is you'll have that for life. You never have to buy another version. It's updated for free forever. Now, with Microsoft, we are always compatible in real time. With Apple, there's a little bit delay until our software can meet that new operating system. Like currently, there's a new Apple operating system that's out, and in just about 2 weeks, we'll be compatible with that. But there's no need for you to buy it again. You don't buy it again. You'll just update your software for free. You do it right within the software itself, and then you'll be all ready to go. So that's one of the best things about Dime software is that you have it for life. You get a new computer, you still have it. You get a third computer, you still have it. Well, you get 2 activations, and if you need a third, then we ask that you contact customer service. We do keep a record of how many activations each of us use, and that cuts down on piracy, right? Because, truth be told, we're a business and we can't provide good product to you unless we are able to sell products. So if everybody's stealing the software, then, it doesn't work out. So there's people behind this software, right? There's people, families that we feed and so forth. Okay. We have always more stuff coming up at Dime, and I'm excited to tell you that on May 16th, Ashley Jones is going to be doing Software Success. She did a class just this past Tuesday, which you can rewatch, and it was on My Lace Maker, and that was part 1. I believe on the 16th, she's going to do part 2, and boy, she does a great job. She doesn't make Dime's blooper tape, I can tell you that, but I'm so glad to have her on board. She does a fabulous job. So let's see. If you want to be notified about when we're going live, then this is how you can always be notified.
In this video, we'll show you how to subscribe to a YouTube channel and follow a Facebook page through your phone. Let's start with YouTube. First, open your YouTube app on your phone. Once you're on your home page, search for the Designs in Machine Embroidery in the search bar at the top of the screen. Click on it and go to the channel page. Once on the channel page, click the subscribe button, and that's it. You're now subscribed to the channel. Now let's move on to Facebook. First, open your Facebook app. Once on your home page, search for Designs in Machine Embroidery in the search bar at the top of the screen. Once on the profile page, click the 3 dots and select the follow button. And that's it. You're now following the page. Thanks for watching.
That's great. And Marcia, you had a question. Can you have it on both PC and Mac at the same time? Yes, it's the same software. So we do have what we call a Mac translator that you download for free from our website to use it on your Mac, but that will just count. Well, you'll get 2 activations. One will be on your PC and one will be on your Mac. The translator doesn't count as another activation. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Sharon Arthur says that Ashley was amazing. She is amazing. She is really amazing. And you need that software. It is gorgeous. Yeah, it really is. Let's see. What is the symbol for the variegated threads in the alphabet? Let's look. Let's see if I can figure that out. I don't know that I can figure that out, but we'll try. We will try. Okay, let's see. It's not really called out like that. It's not really called out like that. So I apologize. I don't have a good answer for you there. Maybe that's something that we can improve on and add because, we update the software all the time and updates are free. So it's a change that we could make for sure. Sue S. Brown says that My Lace Maker is her favorite software ever. That's an interesting comment from Sue Brown because that's how we met Sue Brown. She fell in love with My Lace Maker and we watched what she was doing with it and we connected and we sure are glad that we did, because Sue Brown is the founder of OML Embroidery, and she is the one who does our dime sew along on the Saturday. I reveal a project on the last Thursday of the month, and then 2 days later on that Saturday, Sue does a sew along with the project. So, you know, I can't say that it's the first Saturday or the last Saturday. You never know. Let's see. Vicky wants to know, were all the fonts used today part of the software? Any add-on fonts? No, everything that I use today, that I showed today, is in in Word Art and Stitches. See, we can't talk multiple software. I'll just get confused. Okay, what weight thread do you use for the micro fonts? We use a 60 weight thread here at Dime. We make a exquisite thread called Fine Line that is the same colors, a limited palette, but of our 40 weight. So they blend just beautifully. Let's see. Felicia wants to say, let's say we would add lettering monograms as a way to add fill tips to help it lay nicely in the nap. That features in our Perfect Embroidery Pro. Okay, so we have, we want to make sure that you subscribe to our Facebook page, or like our Facebook page and subscribe on YouTube. And then it's time for our exquisite on the house project reveal. So let's see what you've been doing with the on the house.
Here is a quick tutorial on how to use hashtags in your design post. First, on your Facebook profile page, click on the photo icon. Select the public option sharing so we can view the design once it's published. Add the image of the design you wish to share. Then add the description related to your design. Then we can go on to adding your hashtags. We suggest dime sew along, on the house, or exquisite thread. Finally, click Post.
Okay, and today's on the house project is that adorable birdhouse. Isn't that so sweet? It's only 5 colors that gives you that beautiful birdhouse, and it's just perfect for this time of year. Just perfect for this time of year. Alice, you had a question, and that monogram that you're looking for, that font is called Neptune, and it's in the Word Art and Stitches. So just go down, to the fonts and end, you'll find it right there. So, okay, I know we are all waiting for the winner of the mega giveaway. So without any further ado, this person is going to win Word Art and Stitches in just a moment. And when they win, they can use it right away. It's a downloadable product, and they'll get stitching and monogramming in absolutely no time. But don't forget, you can still enter for next week. So please do, please do. And let's see, the winner is Marilyn Smith. Woohoo! Congratulations, Marilyn. I'm so happy for you. And I hope you enjoy Word Art and Stitches. So let's see, Ann Philbeck, you want to know, do you have to register every week? You should register every week. You should register every day. If you're online, go register. Why not? Yeah, we don't throw out all the entries, so you should continue to. It's better if you just keep doing it. Yeah, congratulations to Marilyn Smith. We're really happy for you. Those of you who know her, big round of applause, right? Okay, so next week we're going to be here, and it'll be week 5, and that giveaway is Shimmer and Shine. How fun is that? 1 Shimmer and Shine pack, the Embroiderer's Compass from Deborah Jones, and a sampler pack of needles, which you'll find will come in really handy for sure. So let's see. Okay, I hope that one of you wins next week. One of you who is a faithful watcher to Between Friends is a winner, and we'll be back next week, 1 o'clock. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great week.